KFI.com. This is Eyewitness News at 6. Coverage you can count on.
Now at 6, our live team coverage of a severe weather alert continues.
The third major storm in less than 2 weeks, once again causing plenty of problems across southern New England, from damaged utility poles in Providence to a plow stuck in New Bedford.
We've had many more trees come down as a result of this snow. East Greenwich and Barrington, just 2 towns dealing with that problem tonight. National Grid is reporting thousands are once again without power.
Live look now. This is Route 1 at Route 78 in Westerly. A tractor-trailer ban remains in effect in Rhode Island for the next couple of hours. State police say they've responded to more than a dozen crashes and a number of cars that skidded off the road. State police are still asking people not to go out if they don't have to, so crews can clean the roads.
And some schools have already canceled classes for tomorrow. We have a team of reporters across southern New England tonight. First, Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca has the latest on the storm right now. Tony?
Well, Mike and Shannon, we're in the final stages of this nor'easter as far as moderate to heavy snow. A bit of a lull in Providence right now. It was snowing very hard 45 minutes ago. One more band of heavy snow to come through, and the general trend will be for the intensity of the snow to be easing up once we get beyond 7 o'clock in the evening, and certainly by 8 o'clock in the evening, anticipating much lighter snow. But the timetable for the remainder of the storm this evening, some bands of heavy snow now till about 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. Lighter snow thereafter, but it will remain very windy, so what's on the ground, and there's plenty of snow obviously, will blow and drift. And overnight tonight, precipitation not too much of a factor. Blowing and drifting snow on the ground, still some gusty wind, maybe a lingering light snow shower. Gusts anywhere between 40 and 45, so not as strong as it was earlier today. And tomorrow is essentially a dry day outside of a passing shower. Blustery and chilly, but certainly travel impacts, especially during the morning, and especially some of these neighborhood side streets, just for the simple fact that we have many locations with double-digit snowfall totals. And the storm pretty much doing what we were expecting for it to do. We were forecasting anywhere from 12 to 18 inches of snow yesterday, and that's pretty much the amounts of snow statewide that has fallen, about 12 to 18. Woonsocket, 17.5. Greene coming in at 16. West Warwick, 14.5. Situate, 12.5. Rockville, a foot of snow. Providence at 10. Amounts as high as 23 inches across Burrillville in the northwest part of the state. Just over the Rhode Island border, Uxbridge at 19, Dayton at just shy of 16 inches, Bridgewater 15.5, Westport 13, Taunton shy of a foot, and Wareham coming in at 10.5. Of course, the winds have been very strong as well. Still some snow in downtown Providence. One more band of very heavy snow. The one that came through downtown Providence now moving through Taunton. You see a bit of a lull right on top of Providence right now, and this is the last band of heavy snow. It's very narrow, won't last too long. This will be passing north and east. You can see this activity essentially moving from southwest to northeast. And again, once we get beyond, say, 7, 8 o'clock this evening, the intense snow will be winding down. We'll get a closer look at how the overnight will play out through early tomorrow morning. The wind is still somewhat of a factor, and still a risk of outages with all this snow on tree limbs and power lines. The full forecast in 10 minutes.
Thank you, Tony. And we've just learned Mayor Jorge Elorza is now back in Providence. He was trying to get back from Texas, but was delayed by the weather.
Eyewitness News reporter Steve Nielsen has been tracking conditions in Providence all day long. He joins us now live with an update. Steve?
Well, guys, we are right outside of the State House here. The Renaissance Hotel is to my left. You can see the Superman building behind me. It's incredible with the amount of snowfall we've seen here. You can still see pavement on the roads right now. I can verify what Tony was saying is we do have a bit of a lull here in the weather. The snowflakes are very small right now, and the wind, I was just going to say, had stopped, but it's now blowing again right now as we start talking here. The storm just won't give up on us. But I will say we have seen a ton of RIDOC crews out. We've seen trucks going around, DPW crews, and we've also seen National Grid crews, but we've also seen people out there that are trying to enjoy everything that Mother Nature unleashed on us. As we explored Providence streets, we called National Grid ourselves after seeing this utility pole on Lloyd Avenue swaying back and forth. Crews arrived to secure it. Too windy to replace it, though. The same wind that tore through the plastic covers on this under construction apartment building. But with the realities of a snowstorm like this, there's always those who take advantage.
We are going to go sledding.
Boogie boarding. Yeah. When in the ocean state, am I right?
But I love snowshoeing. It's great.
We also saw Celeste Derry and her father Jonathan clip into their skis in downtown Providence.
Sort of like packed powder. It's not
too steep or anything, but
Gotcha.
yeah.
So is this kind of Black Diamond level here, this hill?
Maybe a little less than that.
All powder, no ice. No lines, no crowds.
Ski Providence. Totally.
Is it gonna be a new tourism campaign?
Yeah, exactly.
They had fun going down the slopes or, you know, the short hill because the roads, they said, are just too treacherous for a drive to Wachusett. You ever skied Providence before?
Not really. I've sledded here, but haven't really skied. Right?
So that hill we were at there is in College Hill, and that area did lose power temporarily today, and we saw National Grid crews working on a utility pole down there. They had told us that 2 lines had gotten covered in snow and ice and had slapped together. That's what knocked out the power. They were able to quickly get it back up, though. Reporting live in Providence, I'm Steve Nielsen, Eyewitness News.
Well, southeastern Massachusetts is also getting plenty of snow from this latest nor'easter.
And this video here from Somerset shows a line of plows moving down the road, a common sight across the area today. And in Fall River, the streets were practically empty as the snow fell and the wind just whipped up.
Eyewitness News reporter Caroline Goggin has been tracking the storm's impact. She continues our Pinpoint Weather Team coverage now, live from New Bedford. Caroline.
Well, Shannon and Mike, really 2 concerns here for crews in New Bedford tonight. The first is heavy snow that's fallen on trees. This snow right here, I mean, it's turned to ice. I can't even pick it off of the tree right now. This could lead to downed trees, down power lines, and of course some power outages this evening. Another concern for crews tonight is snow that would stick to any streets or sidewalks, like the snow right here, which is completely iced over on this pole. So obviously, once the snow tapers off tonight, there's going to be a ton of cleanup to do throughout New Bedford and throughout southeastern Massachusetts. But in the midst of all of this, a group of fishermen returned back to New Bedford today. Here's their story. When you left for your trip, I assume it was clear at that point?
Yeah, it was really clear.
Daniel Asordo is one of a few fishermen who sailed away a few days ago, only to return to this.
At least it was a good trip. You know, we get couple crabs.
Daniel says the snow wasn't the problem when he returned. Digging out his car was.
Like I'm doing right now, cleaning my car. You know, I had to, because I have a little car, so on the snow it's not that good.
Roads in New Bedford were messy this afternoon as crews competed with the fast falling snow. Stephen Szymanski took the back roads to make it down to our spot by the water.
Taking it easy, taking it slow, that's all, and waiting to see what happens and then get ready to clean up.
Stephen works for Eversource, so he may be busy when he returns back to work tomorrow. But for now, he's enjoying the weather, unlike most people.
They're getting sick of it. Yeah. You know, they're ready for spring. It's middle March, you know, but we'll get there.
And a special shout out to Stephen tonight, who did make his way down here to speak with us earlier today. Big fan of Tony Petrarca. So Tony, I hope you know that. Now, we just actually spoke to Mayor John Mitchell's office within the last 20 minutes or so. He himself was driving back up here to New Bedford today from New York. We're going to catch up with him in about an hour. We'll have the latest for him coming up at 10 o'clock on Fox Providence, 11 o'clock on WPRI 12. Reporting live in New Bedford, I'm Caroline Goggin, Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Caroline. You just made Tony's day. The West Bay Mobile News are moving to Warwick now. Plows have been busy at TF Green trying to keep the runways and taxiways clear, but most arrivals and departures are canceled tonight. So if you have travel plans, the best advice is to check with your airline.
And Amtrak service also remains suspended tonight, as does RIPTA service. Eyewitness News reporter Walt Buteau has been tracking travel conditions from Breaking News 1. He joins us now live from South County with an update. Walt?
Tell you what, Route 4 here is clear. In fact, if you can overlook the snow on the side of the road, you can't tell that it snowed. It looks like it was a rainstorm perhaps, but they've done a great job of plowing down here. Some of the side roads are still a little snowy. There are power outages down here as well, but clear sailing if anyone had needed to get on Route 4 going towards South County or away from South County. This, a far cry from Gloucester, where, as we've heard, 2 feet of snow, and we were up there, it was much worse in many other parts of the state, but down here in South County it looks good for now. Obviously concerns about anything freezing as temperatures drop overnight. For now, we are live in Breaking News 1. We'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Walt. And Eyewitness News viewers have been sending us numerous pictures of the storm's impact.
And this photo from Kim Allard shows a large tree that fell in front of a home on Slater Street. And Jessica Main sent us this photo showing a tree on power lines on Pilgrim Avenue in Coventry. Keep those pictures coming. You can send them to report it at WPRI.com.